Congratulations on a memorable and outstanding performance.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that. Thank you.
There's obviously so much that went into this role. Can you talk about a little bit about your prep and training, physically, obviously, for the boxing and just mentally preparing for this role?
Uh, well, we had talked about it for some time. Basically, the physical aspect, I just trained as a boxer. I went and trained every day. I had some great friends who were ex-boxers and also trainers. And there was no stunt, there was not a lot of stunt choreography, so to speak. It was more about just learning how to take hits and learning how to give hits.
But that was makeup, right? You guys didn't actually punch each other in the face.
No, no, yeah, we punched, yeah, no, we were making contact with each other. So
Wow.
yes, we were making contact.
Wow.
It was something, we're a smaller production, and I was trying to think of something that we could do where we could be competitive, where we were doing something different that bigger productions couldn't do. And so we kept the fight for the end of the movie, so that if I got hurt, uh, you know,
Yeah.
we the film we had already shot the film,
Exactly.
and yeah, I mean, we've gotten a lot of compliments on it, so I'm happy that we did it, but
You
it
should
was
be.
hard. It was
You
hard.
should. I bet it was. It was fantastic. I'd like to talk about the scene with Joe Pesci as Mikey's father. I found that to be one of the most, there were obviously many powerful and moving scenes, but where you're speaking to somebody that is not speaking back, but you can see him speaking with his eyes. Can you talk a little bit about the experience in filming that scene with Joe?
Uh, yes, it was very intense. Um, it was very intense. Maybe something that's interesting is to know that it was never fully clear to me whether or not he was going to speak, whether he was going to speak or whether he wasn't. And I'm just blown away by Pesci's um, decision, choice as an actor, um, to not speak with words because it's so tragic.
Yeah.
And it's so tragic that because as you say, I mean, I get chills thinking about it. You see him saying things with his eyes, but he can't speak the words. And it was such a brave choice.
It was. It really was. Um, You first worked with Steve Buscemi, Delirious, right? It was, what was
Yeah,
that? Almost 20 years ago. So
yeah.
then Boardwalk Empire, and now in this, and correct me if there was another time, but how was it reuniting in a way with Steve on screen?
It was just great. I mean, just personally, we've worked, you know, he's been a part of my life. You know, we've worked together so many times, and I hadn't seen him in a while. And you know, he just came in his car and did it. Uh, it's really a testament to who Steve is. He's that guy. He knew he didn't have to do it. He didn't. He but he wanted to help, and he's just that's Steve. I mean, he's a great guy.
Taking it back to the beginning, what was it about the craft of acting that fascinated you?
I've always been really interested in people and curious about people, why people are the way they are, um, and acting for me has absolutely saved my life in a way I don't know what I would be doing. I need to remind myself to be grateful every day for it. Um, but there's kind of a place that I went to, that I go to when I'm performing. That's just, it's like, it's very hard to
No,
describe.
I think you described it perfectly, and you give us the human experience, and you did with Mikey, the Irish Flanagan. So thank you
Well, thank
very much,
you.
Michael. You're
Thank
just
you.
one of the best of our time. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.